League, first of all, Tom, and try to rate the two teams in the various departments. First of all, in hitting, who do you give the edge to?
Well, I don't think there's any question. Hitting, it's going to be Philadelphia. All around their entire lineup, they're going to have...
Because of the depth of their hitting?
Depth of the hitting and what they can do on the field. All the way through their lineup, they seem to have fine hitting. From Rose all the way down through their power hitters, etc.
I was going to say, people think primarily of Rose, but this guy, Bake McBride, had a great year, a game-winning home run there. And in home runs in the power department, there's a clear advantage.
Oh, yeah, no question. Philadelphia and their big gun, that guy right there. He's a guy that could, Schmidt is a guy that could make the playoffs, no contest. I mean, he could make it a blowout, and especially at home in Philadelphia to start with.
In pitching?
I would have to say the Astros definitely pitching, and definitely pitching if they get back to home. Necro, Ryan, etc. Vern Rule, if he can pitch.
Good starters, and then out of the bullpen, Joe Sambito.
Joe Sambito, outstanding left-handed reliever. Real tough on both right-handers and left-handers. Throw hard, throws extremely hard, and a real fine slider.
What about defensively? How do you rate them?
Well, I think it's almost a toss-up. I think the center fielders, there you see Cedeno and Gary Maddox for the Phillies, are two outstanding center fielders. I would say almost a toss-up. If I were to give an edge, I would say I'd give an edge to the Phillies.
And a clear advantage to the Astros in
speed, no question. Speed? All the way through that lineup, they've got guys that can steal bases and will steal and are not afraid to run. That's part of their ball game. Run, run, run. And if they're going to have a real good chance of beating Philadelphia, they're going to have to run and use their speed.
Okay, Steve, let's turn our attention to the American League. The Royals and the Yankees will do the same kind of thing, rating them in the various departments. Hitting advantage, it has to go to the Royals, doesn't it?
You have to give them the advantage because of the average hitters that they have. Willie Wilson had an exceptional year. George Brett, a magnificent year, and I like the way that they hit. There are a lot of singles hitters, but they get a lot of men on base.
And Wilson may be a more important man than Brett in terms of turning back the Royals?
Well, that's what you have to do. You have to keep Willie off the bases. If he gets on the bases, he's going to score some runs, and that's going to put you in a hole.
In the power department, it's got to be the Yankees, though, doesn't it?
Very much so. This gentleman, Mr. Jackson, had a great year. He's very tough in late-season play, and I think that they have a tremendous advantage in power.
What about pitching?
Pitching, I have to rate the Yankees because of Rich Gossage, Tommy John, and Ron Guidry.
And yet Quisenberry, reliever for the Royals, had just as many saves as Gossage.
Well, he didn't have them quite as late as Rich did. I like the fact that Rich has come on, and I think that Quisenberry had a very good first 3 quarters of the season.
Defensively, Frank White is the star for the Royals. Bucky Dent, perhaps the most consistent of the Yankees, so maybe that department is even, but in speed, a clear advantage, right?
Very much so. They steal a lot of bases, the Kansas City Royals, and they put a lot of pressure on you defensively, and Rick Cerrone's going to have his hands full.